From this super small micro minifigure to this gigantic upscaled minifigure, these are some of the smallest and biggest LEGO items that will blow your mind. Let's start things off with this micro minifigure, which is a lot smaller than it looks. It's actually only a third of the size of a regular minifigure. They were released in 2009 as part of the LEGO Games theme, which was only around until 2013. The LEGO Games theme was actually a pretty cool theme. The sets released under it were all about board games that, in order to be played, had to be built first. And since most board games come with little figures, like Monopoly and the Game of Life, LEGO decided to use microfigures. But what if I told you that there's a figure even smaller than the microfigure? By the end of this video, you'll know all about it, so stick around. Next up, we have this crazy custom LEGO creation. This is none other than a massive fork? This thing is as big as a person, and despite how strong Legos are on their own, it needs an entire structural support frame on the inside. I'm not really sure what you would use this thing for other than a big decoration, but I know one thing for sure. It's that this thing is definitely one of the biggest custom Lego creations, besides the ones made by master builders, of course. Up next is something that will probably leave you scratching your head. This is the LEGO Lightning Brick 1115. This singular brick was released all the way back in 1980, and the funniest part about it was that this piece was released by itself, making it the smallest LEGO set to this day. The piece would be put inside LEGO sets to make things glow and light up. Pretty cool, right? Now you might be asking yourself, why in the world would LEGO sell a set with only one block in it? Well, in the very early days of LEGO, they used to make exclusive sets for toy store owners, and when people would lose their pieces, they would go to the toy store and be able to buy individual blocks. That actually sounds pretty nice. LEGO should bring that one back. Now, this next one might confuse you a little, but just let me explain. This is a LEGO baby minifigure from the Fun in the Park set. You may be thinking it's just a normal minifigure, but just wait until you see him next to a full-sized minifigure. He's about a quarter of the size of a normal minifigure, so I'd say that's pretty small. Unfortunately, the set this baby came with has been retired for almost 7 years now, so if you want one of these little guys, you'll have to head on over to the aftermarket, and we all know how that process goes. Luckily, it looks like you can grab one for around $4, so I guess you dodged a bullet this time. Okay, now this next one is really sure to blow your mind. Back in 2019, at the Brickworld event in Chicago, Illinois, a LEGO builder by the name of Joshua Hanlon made a fully functional claw machine using over 13,000 different LEGO pieces. Like I said, this might be hard to believe, but this is one of those things where you just have to see it to believe it. As you can see, this guy here wins a real stuffed animal out of this machine, and it's only made using LEGO bricks. The lines of LEGO fans truly are idea factories. Next up, we have something that, in my opinion, is extremely useful. I mean, I use mine every day. Here we have the LEGO Boy storage head, and this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a giant minifigure head that you can use as a storage container. Now, LEGO does make a lot of these. They have the girl storage head, they have stud desk drawers, they have a really cool skeleton head, and they even have the classic brick we all know and love as a storage bin. I keep all of my Legos inside this little guy, which makes it super easy to carry. But what's a giant minifigure head without a giant minifigure body? Up next is this giant upscaled minifigure set. Even though this set doesn't have that many pieces, that doesn't mean it isn't huge. This is one of the biggest minifigures ever sold by LEGO, and in my opinion, that has to stand for something. I mean, just look at how big it is compared to a normal minifigure. The difference is crazy. There have been loads of giant minifigures made by third-party companies and LEGO fanatics alike, but considering this one was released by LEGO themselves, I just had to put it on the list. Next up is this super tiny piece, which funnily enough is actually made for minifigures. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, LEGO was manufacturing clone troopers, and on some specific ones, this antenna would make an appearance, like Captain Cody and Commander Rex. This piece isn't much, but it's super important for identifying which clone troopers are high in the ranks, besides the armor color, of course. Along with this antenna, there would also sometimes be a visor, which Cody and Rex also have. This visor would also be featured on clone troopers equipped with snipers, making it so they could see their target from any distance and hit their shot every time. Even though both of these pieces are really small, they have a lot of value to them. Up next, we have another miniature set featuring none other than the masked menace, the Mandalorian, and of course his cute companion, Grogu, better known as Baby Yoda. When I say that I love this set, I mean it. Star Wars and LEGO were a huge part of my childhood, and to see LEGO still adapting and making fun sets for new shows like The Mandalorian is great, especially because I think Disney has done a great job with the show. The set features functional stud blasters and a nice seat for Mando and his companion. Not to mention, it comes in at just 88 pieces. Small sets like these these are what I think LEGO is all about. They don't have to be big and complex to embody the spirit of fun. Bravo, LEGO. If you're looking for some big Legos, I don't think there's a better place in the world to go to than Legoland. Legoland has a bunch of giant Lego creations, and one example of these marvels is the train at Legoland Denmark. It's pretty obvious that this train is made of way bigger bricks than normal, but it's still crazy to think that they might have been pieced together like the bricks we have at home. It seems that Legoland in the Netherlands loves their trains too, because they've got another one, but this time it looks more like a Lego Duplo. If you really think about it, these trains are probably some of the largest Lego items on the planet. Props to you, Legoland. Okay, I know I'm a little bit late, but hey, who doesn't like a little Christmas spirit? Up next, we have the Lego Creator Christmas Holiday Tree. The set features everything you would expect from a Christmas tree. This miniature set makes a great decoration in my opinion, and if I'd found this set about a month sooner, I definitely would have bought one to put it on my desk. This thing is pretty tiny though, at just a few inches tall. Not to mention that the presents are really just smooth 2x1 pieces with a stud on top. Nevertheless, it's a super cool mini Lego item. Up next is this insane mini Titanic built from Tiago Caterino. Tiago has made a bunch of mini versions of Lego sets before, but the Titanic is one of my favorites. The one put out by Lego is massive, so seeing it in miniature form is really refreshing. Along with that, the official set is over 9,000 pieces, while the miniature one is only 56. Talk about a bargain. By going mini, you're not only saving pieces though, as the retail price of the Titanic set is almost $700. Jeez, that'll burn a hole in your wallet. Up next is one of the coolest pieces of Lego artwork ever, and believe it or not, this is something that Lego actually sold in stores and online. This is the Lego World Map, and for just $250, it can be yours. That is, if it isn't sold out. Why get a boring old world map made out of paper when you can spice up your room with one made out of Legos? Be warned though, if you do decide to go down this path, it won't be easy. This set takes a staggering 11,695 pieces to build, which is definitely on the high end for official Lego sets. Are you up to the challenge? Next up is this super cool and gigantic bridge all the way in Gothenburg, Sweden. An artist by the name of Christo Gulov custom made and painted a section of the Alvsborg Bridge as part of the Let's Color Gothenburg project, a competition that is used to get the entire community together and do something for the city. I definitely say this is one of the coolest ones of all time. I mean, who wouldn't want to drive over a bridge made out of Legos? Standing at over 350 feet tall, this is without a doubt one of the biggest Lego creations of all time. Up next is actually one of the smallest sets that money can buy. This is the Lego Castle Good Wizard, and sitting at just 16 pieces, it makes for the perfect little decoration. I mean, come on, who doesn't love wizards? Once it's built, you'll have your very own magic orb, and an owl to go with it in case you ever get lonely. I've always wanted a pet owl. If you ask me, this is one of those Lego gems that you don't come by very often, so being able to find it was pretty cool. Remember before when I told you that there was a smaller Lego figure than the Microfigure? Well, they're actually called Nanofigures. They were made famous by the Harry Potter theme, which had over 20 different characters you could collect. Aside from that, there are two Lego sets that come to mind when talking about Nanofigures: the Lego Marvel Shield Helicarrier and the Lego Hogwarts Castle set. Nanofigures are without a doubt the smallest figure that Lego has ever produced, and the coolest thing about them though isn't the size. It's actually the fact that they can fit right into the studs on any Lego. You knocked it out of the park with this one, Lego. Good job. Up next is this AT-AT from Star Wars, but there's something pretty special about it. At first glance, you can mistake this little set for its big brother, you know, the real AT-AT, but that's not to say that this isn't just as cool. If we take a look, you can see it has all of the features you would expect, from its side blasters to the red tinted cockpit. Honestly, I think everybody could agree that Lego should make this small set part of the official Lego Star Wars roster. It really is amazing. Huge props to Tiago for replicating such an iconic piece of Lego Star Wars history into a miniature version. Since I just showed you the mini AT-AT, it's only right if I show you the big one. Here we have the Lego Star Wars AT-AT in all of its glory. Right off the bat, this set is one of the most recognizable Lego Star Wars sets of all time, and it's for a good reason. The detail work on this set is incredible, from the opening side with stormtroopers to Luke Skywalker hanging from the bottom. Along with the details, this set has a piece count to match, coming in at almost 7,000. If you're ever lucky enough to come in contact with one of these bad boys, I would be very careful around it, because God forbid you somehow break it, it would take days to rebuild. This next item is a truly incredible part of aviation history, in real life and Lego. Here we have the Concorde plane. For those of you who don't know, the Concorde was a real plane that went so fast that it actually broke the sound barrier, cutting flight times in half compared to what they normally were. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough demand for flights on the aircraft, as ticket prices reflected the extremely high operating costs of the aircraft. Nevertheless, this absolutely massive Lego set serves as a testament to a legendary piece of aircraft history. Up next, we've got something you might might want to get your hands on. Over the past year or two, the LEGO Botanical sets have gained a lot of popularity, and this set definitely upholds the beauty that the Botanical theme features. Taking a look, we can see intricate plants, cacti, flowers, and bushes. However, the key to this set, or I guess sets, is their size. One of these potted plants can fit in the palm of your hand, and if you compare it to, let's say, the LEGO Orchid, the difference in size is huge. Honestly, I'd say that the tiny plant set is a great bang for your buck, and it always helps that they come much cheaper than their larger alternatives. And finally, the last item on my list is the LEGO Technic Volvo Wheel Loader. This pint-sized set was released for just 15 days back in April of 2022, and is part of the infamous construction theme that we see a lot with LEGO. Normally, we see much larger sets with the construction theme, like this huge excavator, but compared to most of the sets, this one is actually tiny. Apart from the fact that LEGO got rid of it so quickly, if we take a look at the description, you can see that this little set comes in at a whopping 69 pieces. Nice. What was your favorite item in this video? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.